in San Francisco and Oakland.
One of the best offensive minds in the game. Nolan, Woodside High School. He lived it, he breathed it, he loved it as a coach's son with the 49ers. It was 30 years ago this year that Dick Nolan last coached in San Francisco. We're just about ready to start. Joe Nebby will kick for the 49ers, back deep to receive. John Stone back deep to receive, and he's waiting for the football. Instead, it'll be taken by Gabriel. Gets across the 10 to the 20, got some room across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. At quarterback for the Oakland Raiders, Kerry Collins, who took over last year when Rich Gannon went down with an injury. Collins, in his 11th year out of Penn State, 32 years old, threw for 3,495 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 20 interceptions. So rating is 74.8. Just underway here. Glad you could join us, everybody. Dennis O'Donnell with Keena Turner. The Raiders and the 49ers about to begin the 2005 season. Immediately to go to the air, incomplete. Good coverage by the 49ers. Alvis Whitted, the intended receiver. Land Rover starting lineups. Lamont Jordan, he's the man. Backed up Curtis Martin last year with the New York Jets. And, of course, Martin was the league's leading running back in terms of yardage. And Jordan is the game breaker they hope they'll have. There's a Raider offensive line. Langston Walker trying to win that job at left guard. Second down, 10 for the Raiders. Jordan, his first carry, breaks it outside, he's got some room, breaks one tackle, gets to the 35-yard line, short of the first down by a couple of yards. Going to see a lot of Lamont in this game. Well, maybe the first quarter. Marcus Douglas is the big 49er free agent acquisition at defensive tackle for the 49ers. Linebacker, we talked about Julian Peterson in the pregame set, and that is going to be the key, and we'll see how many snaps he plays today coming off that Achilles injury. Mike Rump moves from quarterback to safety for the 49ers, and Julian Peterson, of course, all eyes on him as the 49ers go to the 3-4 defensive set. Third down for the Raiders, 2. And it's Jordan. And Jordan hit immediately by Olbrook, but he pulls his way ahead for the first down for the Raiders. Olbrook had contact on Jordan right at about the 38, but he got the first down.
Yeah, you see Jeff Olbrook filling up inside, but you see what Jordan brings to the party. Toughness at the contact, keeping the legs moving, obviously picking up the first down.
Well, I'm sure he's happy to get out of the shadow of Curtis Martin. He ran for a 5.2 average, 479 yards, and that was good for a 4-year, $24.5 million contract with the Raiders. First down and 10. Ball just at the 40. It out. This is Jordan out of the backfield and hit immediately by Derek Smith for the 49ers. But Jordan, I mentioned 4-year. It's a 5-year, $24.5 million deal. But Norm Turner, you know, he's had a lot of power packs in the place that he's coached. Ricky Williams, of course, Emmitt Smith, and now he's the guy you want.
Yeah, and you see Derek Smith from this inside view here, working outside, his back out in the flat. Nice job of coming inside out, keeping his feet, eye on the target, and getting a big guy on the ground.
Second down, 8. Ball at the 42. Hetherington at fullback, Raiders. Pass is complete, and it's Jordan out of the backfield, gets across midfield about the 46-yard line. Smith pushes him out of bounds. But the 49ers Raiders doing a good job going to Jordan. There's good pass protection.
Well, Jordan showing some versatility here. You see he gets the play fake inside. Collins doesn't like what he sees down the field. Jordan with a nice little one-hand catch, keeping Derek Smith on his feet. Picking up nice yardage outside in the flat.
Well, the Raiders are going to have one heck of an offensive line. From Barry Sims, Langston Walker, really try to win that job. You know, from Jake Grove, Badger, Gallery, they are solid. And so they're going to have the running back is going to have a fine season behind that offensive line, assuming they'll hold up. It's Crockett. Takes the ball inside the 40 to about the 38. Mike Rump makes the stop.
Well, Crockett, the one-back set that time. Little stretch play, cuts back inside between the tight end and tackle. And you see right out here, that's where you got to be stout. Is Crockett Actually on the other side of the field this time. Crockett coming back inside. And again on those one-on-one blocks. Have to be able to get off and stay stout in the gaps. And that in the 3-4 is so important, playing those edges.
So Lamont Jordan stays out. And Crockett stays in it. Crockett's got the football, goes straight over the top and gets inside the 35 to about the 34-yard line. Needed a couple, and he gets the first down. Jamie Winborn makes the tackle for the 49ers.
Well, we're seeing a lot of that 3-4 that we talked about in the open out of the 49ers as they look to adjust. You see Andre Carter coming in and out, especially in those long yardage situations, and that's the options that the 49ers like on defense. Winborn, who's got more ability to drop off. Andre Carter, a little bit better suited in the pass rush, but both guys will do it all.
We've not yet heard from Randy Moss. Crockett this time bundled up pretty good. Now gets a little bit more than he should have. Marcus Douglas makes his first tackle for the 49ers.
Yeah, nice and stout on that right side of the defensive line. You see Douglas working hard, and the penetration by Derek Smith again in that linebacker core, and that's what makes this 3-4 work. You got to have stout play on the defensive line. You see Douglas working hard, and then your linebackers have to flow and fill those gaps like Derek Smith did on that play.
Nice tackle by Douglas. He picks up a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Randy Moss lined up on the far side. Gabriel on the near side. He's looking at Moss. Now he's looking at Gabriel, and he throws, and the pass is incomplete. Intended for Gabriel at the 10-yard line. Ahmed Plummer on the coverage. It looked like the ball was there for Gabriel. Couldn't hold on.
Yeah, you see the play action of Collins setting this up. Moss on the backside working down the field. Pretty good coverage there.
Good coverage for the 49ers. And
that was Middlebrook on the coverage on Moss on that backside. And that's what you got to be able to do against a good receiver like Moss, is have the ability to play man-to-man and do some other things on the other side of the field.
3rd down, 7. 10th play of the drive coming up. Raiders' nice opening drive. Collins, excellent protection. He's got all day. Now dumps it off. About the 30-yard line, but not much more. And that will bring up a field goal situation. So good job defensively by the 49ers, because Collins really had all day.
Yeah, he had some time to throw the football. That means the coverage down the field was there. Went off to his release valve, Jordan, in the flat, and the linebackers flowing again to come up with the play.
So Sebastian Janikowski in his 6th year, most accurate season of his career last year, connecting on 89.3% of his attempts, 25 of 28. This from 47 yards out. And the Raiders come away with nothing. Well, the 49er defense holds. And a time-consuming effort for Kerry Collins, but with 9:25 left to go in the first quarter, no score. He could be the next genius here for the 49ers. Here's his first snap for San Francisco, the NFL's #1 pick. And reverse, they hand it off up the middle to Kevin Barlow, and Barlow hit immediately, picks up maybe a yard or two. Here's the Landro starting lineups for the 49ers. Barlow's got something to prove. A subpar year last year, 822 yards, but he'll have a better offensive line as we get closer to the regular season. A lot of the starters not there tonight. It'll be 9 yards to go on 2nd down for San Francisco. And it's Barlow. Nice hole across the middle. Got across the 40 to about the 43-yard line. The offensive line for the 49ers tonight. This is, I got to believe that the 49ers will be, and Nolan will be somewhat conservative, as just Peters, Heitman, Snyder, and Quaim Harris. But the Niners without Jennings, Newberry, who knows if he's going to be able to answer the bell come opening game in September. But there are some injuries, and I think that was the biggest problem really for San Francisco last year. The receivers couldn't run their routes. Barlow didn't have a lot of holes to run through. Just injuries decimated that offensive line. 3rd down, about 5 yards to go. Jackson in motion. Smith throws, and he overthrew the intended receiver, Brandon Lloyd. might have been a good idea because Charles Woodson had excellent coverage on the 49ers wide receiver. So 3 and out for Alex Smith straight off the bat. The 49ers will punt. And
completion.
Lee's numbers for last season, Gabriel standing at the 15-yard line. Good hang time for Lee. It's a 16. Gabriel trying to break outside. He does. Man, the beat down there. And then he tackled from behind. Finally brought down. It was Brandon Moore who might have saved a touchdown.
Yeah, well, the 49ers was set up to make this tackle. Just great running by Gabriel to get it down the field.
So a nice punt return for the Raiders. They got it next. Intense Mike Nolan. We'll hear from him throughout the game, the 49ers head coach. That was a 36-yard return for the Raiders, and they're in business. A wide open Randy Moss, his first reception as a 49er. Willie Middlebrooks, the 49ers acquisition in the offseason as a Raider. Excuse me, I said 49er. But Moss over, of course, with his first reception of 11 yards. And Willie Middlebrooks, who came over the Denver Broncos in the offseason. Jordan with the ball. He got outside Olbrook and gets up to about the 28-yard line. And now let's go down to Minnie Bach.
Well, Dennis, Lamont Jordan wasn't only brought into the Raiders to revive this rushing game, which is last in the league last year. He also says the success of the defense rests on his shoulders. He said he wants to help control the clock, get first downs and third down conversions. He said the longer the offense is on the field, the more the defense will have rest, and that is one of his goals. Keena, Dennis?
Thank you, Bendy. That penalty goes against the Raiders, but you can see what role that Jordan is going to play. A very influential one, of course, in the Raider backfield so far. 3 carries, 21 yards, 2 receptions for 15 yards.
Yeah, I mean, just nice ability out of Jordan. You see why they coveted this guy so much in the offseason. Able to read and move quickly for a good-sized guy. Bouncing outside and got the speed to run.
Raiders line up 2 receivers on the near side. Moss on the left. And it's Jordan. And a nice job defensively by Ahmed Plummer. And he stops Jordan for no gain. Ahmed Plummer coming off a season in which he was injured in his 6th year out of Ohio State, but trying to stay healthy.
Yeah, and you see the guys over here on defense have to react and pursue. You see Tony Paris coming, Ahmed Plummer coming up to take on, obviously, the tackler and be in nice position as the pursuit works inside out.
There's Plummer. Spent the offseason rehabilitating a bulging disc that sidelined him for the final 10 games of the season. 2nd down, 16. And now a timeout called by Collins. He'll go over and talk it over. That famous Lon Simmons call. 2nd down, 16 yards to go. Ball at the 43. Jordan in the backfield. 49ers might have moved. Collins looking, and he throws, and it's complete at the 23-yard line. Good coverage by the 49ers. Doug Gabriel pulled it down, but the 49ers look like they jumped outside offsides. This one may stand. If it does, it looked like it's enough for the first down. Anthony Adams is the guy who looked like he moved. Steve Young's numbers, the NFL MVP in 92, 94. Super Bowl MVP, and I think that Super Bowl MVP, and he and I talked about this, was critical. I mean, he obviously, if that career ends without that Super Bowl victory, it's always going to say, yeah, Steve Young was a great quarterback. Steve Young was a Hall of Fame quarterback, never won the big one, but he did.
He did.
And that wasn't even close. I think that was done by the first quarter. 20-yard pickup for Gabriel. The Raiders get the first down. For Collins again, and it's Jordan out of the backfield, and he gets to the 17-yard line. Plummer brings him down, but Kerry Collins has all day, and I think the one positive, the 49ers downfield must have good defensive coverage because he's dumped it off 3 or 4 times now to Lamont Jordan.
Well, and the other thing the 49ers are looking at is they want to see what kind of pass rush they can generate in the 3-man line. And obviously you bring backers and you do some zone rushes and that kind of thing with the 3-4. But, you know, the 49ers want to see out of their base look exactly what they get from the 3 guys up front.
Collins 6'8", 54 yards. Incomplete. Nice coverage that time by the 49ers. Hetherington out of the backfield was the intended receiver. Mike Adams on the coverage for the 49ers. A good job by Adams. Called up to the roster last year after spending time on the practice squad. Played in all 8 games with 1 interception and a fumble recovery for the 49ers.
Yeah, and that last defensive play there, Andre Carter's in the game, so you're thinking 3-4. He puts his hand down. The 49ers are back to a 4-man line, and obviously it's natural for him to rush off the corner.
Jordan alone, man in the backfield, 3rd down 3. 5:22 left to go, scoreless in the first quarter. With the completion and the first down. Plummer on the coverage, but the Raiders got the first.
Well, red zone territory is obviously a big one for the 49er defense. Have to be able to stop people down in here. Those 3rd and 4 short yardage type plays, yet are passing plays. That time on Ed Plummer, close but not close enough.
So far, Collins doing a great job. Started off rather slow when Gannon went down, but man, he picked it up over the last 7 games. Jordan tackled immediately. A nice job by Ulbrich, who got into the offensive backfield and threw him for a loss of about a yard.
Yeah, but the penetration of Derek Smith really made that happen in the backfield, and Ulbrich, and again, that's the movement you've got to have out of your linebacker core on plays like that.
CBS 5 is a brand new website, and video is the star. Choose from the top stories you want right from the homepage. Instant video is always on CBS5.com. 2nd down and 10. Fans getting into it. Jordan in the backfield. Moss. And Anderson receives on the left. Collins looking, throws over the middle. Incomplete. Courtney Anderson, the intended receiver. Winborn over there on the coverage. It'll bring up 3rd and 10.
And that's what Jamie Winborn brings to you at the linebacker spot, the ability to cover time on the tight end. You see Collins eyeing him the whole way down the middle. We'll go back and look at Jamie Winborn working again. This throws up high because of where he is. Anderson had his hands on it. Not enough. 6'7", 270. That's pretty good size tight end.
Now they got the good few tight ends. Now Collins calls another timeout. Norv Turner disappointed. That's maybe the one negative right now. All the missed field goal, but now the 2nd timeout called for by the Oakland. They'll get a test here. They line up Moss and Gabriel on the near side on 3rd down and 10. Collins this time under pressure, jumps it off. Whitted has it, short of the first down, well short of the goal line, and a nice stop by the 49ers and Tony Parrish.
Yeah, Tony Parrish from his strong safety spot comes up and makes sure on that tackle. You see a little more pressure as Andre Carter works back inside, coming up the middle there to make Kerry Collins move around in the pocket. And the nice hit by Parrish finishes the play off. Now watch the hit down the field. You see Tony Parrish in his safety spot. Read and reacts, coming back inside to the inside receiver, body on the tackle.
20-yard field goal, and the Raiders are on the board as Janikowski boots it through. So with 3:31 left to go in the first quarter, Janikowski, who missed his earlier field goal, converts on the chip shot, and the Raiders lead the 49ers 3-0.
It's nothing but good things when you got leading the pack.
DJ Fleck with the football, and Fleck, the guy, he's one of those guys everybody wants to see this guy make the team. He's Mr. Hustle. Has always been the guy that the odds were stacked against him to make the football unit. Mike Singletary talking about a lot of talent that he has at linebacker. Smith's 2nd pass is incomplete, and man, was he shown the turf by Hamilton.
Well, that's a part of what Mike Nolan wants to see, and obviously how an Alex Smith as a young player reacts and come back to plays like this where there's pressure, there's a pretty darn good hit, and yet you've got to get up and run this offense and come back in the huddle and lead the charge. Hamilton Bobby Hamilton from the defensive end spot applied that pressure in an inside move, and Alex Smith has to say, okay, let's shake that one off and go back down the field.
Second down, 10 for the 49ers, and it's Barlow, and Barlow has nowhere to go. He's bottled up immediately. Beasley didn't have much of a chance, and he's going to lose a couple of yards. Tommy Kelly makes the stop for the Raiders, and we talked about the changes that San Francisco made defensively. The Raiders, which really had a 3-4 defense last year, are going to mix it up a little bit more and probably going to use a lot more of the 4-3 set.
Well, frustrating probably for the 49ers on offense. You got Eric Heitman working at the center spot, and that's a nice thing on the center exchange for Alex Smith, but really limited on what they can do, obviously, and want to protect this young man and make sure he has ample time or cut down on the possibilities of injury.
Third down, 13 yards. 49ers have just 2 yards on offense, and that one is complete to Brandon Lloyd across the 35 to the 36, short of the first down. Charles Woodson makes the stop for the 49ers, but you touched on the offensive line. Feet wet a little bit, but there's just not a lot of help right now from the starters on the O-line. Lee will punt for the 49ers. Chris Carr back deep to receive for the Raiders and takes it at the 14-yard line. Brings it out across the 20, then dragged out of bounds, and that's where the Raiders will have the ball at about the 25-yard line. Dwayne Carpenter makes the tackle for the 49ers. Play, so Heitman is probably going to be your center. And with Boss injured, one of the second-round pick, Adam Snyder could start at right guard. Tuiasosopo now quarterback for the Raiders. There's what he does best. Gets across the 30 to the 32-yard line. So already the Raiders make a switch. Jamie Winborn makes the tackle, but Marcus Tuiasosopo, who in 2003 suffered that completely torn medial collateral ligament in his left knee. Following that season, the Raiders signed Kerry Collins, and Tuiasosopo, at that time, his window of opportunity really closed. But it was unfortunate because he really showed some tremendous potential, but it wasn't enough for the Raiders given the fact that he was injured, hence Kerry Collins. Second down 4, pickup of 6 on the Tuiasosopo run. Zach Crockett is in the backfield for the Raiders. Gabriel remains in at receiver. Randy Moss is out. And that's Gabriel. Did he catch it? They're saying he did, and that's near the first down. Rashawn Reed makes the now they say it's incomplete. Incomplete. Now let's go downstairs to Mindy Bach.
It's his field of vision. He's going to have to open it up from a wedge. He called to sideline to sideline. He said that will be the biggest adjustment Rumph will have to make.
Tuiasosopo throws, and it's complete to Teo Johnson across the 40 to about the 42. Winborn makes the tackle for the 49ers, and Teo Johnson, another good story for the Raiders. I mean, local guy went to Stanford, and he was kind of in Norv Turner's doghouse last year, and had really fallen off the charts, but worked his way back in, really because of injury. And now he and Courtney Anderson in that mix at tight end. They also, by the way, brought in an old friend in the tight end unit, former #1 draft pick for the Raiders. Ball at the 40. That was Gabriel. Man, he was wide open. Reed on the coverage there, but he wasn't really around Gabriel. The ball went off his fingertips.
Well, Gabriel working his feet, maybe thinking about his feet on that sideline a little too much, and did get the ball in. Tuiasosopo got his playing time in last season. Gannon went down, and you see Gabriel thinking about the feet, not the hands.
Now Julian giving Gabriel the business.
Ulbrich saying, hey, man, you got to think about the ball.
8 seconds left in the first quarter. The Raiders lead the 49ers 3-0 and have really dominated field position and time of possession. Vargas breaks one tackle and picks up a couple of yards, but that will be the last play of the first quarter. So it was all Oakland Raiders. They lead it 3-0. We're coming back with the second quarter after this. Well, the Raiders have the football, 3rd down and 7. As we begin the second quarter, they lead the 49ers 3-0. Tuiasosopo took over for Kerry Collins, who was very successful for the Raiders, and the pass incomplete. He threw it a little bit behind Teo Johnson, who almost made a fantastic catch at the 45. Would have been enough for the first down. Willie Middlebrook saw the coverage for the 49ers. So Smith will get another chance if he remains in the game. B.J. Fleck will go back deeper to receive, but I would think that Mike Nolan might want to keep Smith in. The idea was 20 to 25 snaps. Well, clearly the 49ers have a few more if that's the case for Alex Smith.
Yeah, well, I think the offensive line will play a little part in that.
Good rush by the 49ers, and Leckler's going to try and run it, and he's going to come up short of the first down. Nice job by San Francisco in the open field. Salim Rashid is the one who made the stop.
Yeah, well, Keith Lewis came in and put some pressure on, and I think just distracted, the punter, and obviously pulled it down, had the run then.
It looked like.
And Salim Rashid does a nice job. You see Keith Lewis come across the front there.
Well, he put his arm forward. He needed to get to the 50, but it looked like his knee was down first. And
his rush that really got in the face of Leckler.
Number 51 touched the runner's leg, causing him to go down. San Francisco's ball, 1st and 10 on the 48-yard line. San Francisco's not charged the.
Dennis, I didn't hear you side with me on that one.
No. I didn't think that was what the debate was. I mean, from up here, and we're way up here, you can clearly see there was contact there. That's what forced Leckler to stumble. And I did not believe that was the debate. Alex Smith remains at quarterback for the 49ers, who have good field position on a nice job by the special teams. Leckler, as I mentioned, you don't want him running in the preseason. Second Pro Bowl in 2004. And a guy a punter can change the game's field position. He comes up short. Barlow remains in the backfield with Beasley for the 49ers. Barlow straight up the middle, breaks one tackle across the 45 down to the 44-yard line. Danny Clark makes the stop for the Raiders.
Quaim Harris moves over to his natural right tackle spot, and it's so important that this young man, number 77, develop for the 49ers on the offensive line. Tons of talent. You'll watch him here on his end. You see the footwork there, stepping outside. He's got to be stout, stay on the block. But he's back where he feels is most comfortable. He played in college, and the 49ers are expecting big things out of him.
Smith not a lot of time. He's going to get sacked for the first time. Warren Sapp. That's going to be a good sign for Raider fans. Sapp does have 79.5 career sacks, but just 2.5 last year.
Well, Warren Sapp, who works all over inside in here, comes tearing through on the young quarterback, and Sapp's done that many times.
Well, we talked about the change in defensive strategy for the Raiders, but he was defensive end last year, and he makes his business as a tackle, so he's pretty happy our end, and he's happy to be back where he is most effective at tackle. Batted away and almost intercepted and almost caught again by Smith, but once again it's Warren Sapp and Tommy Kelly that got in there. Sapp is the one who almost got the ball. Kelly's the one who knocked it. So an inauspicious debut for 49er quarterback Alex Smith, who in defense of him just hasn't had much time.
Well, Smith getting his taste of it here. That ball just thrown low and into the hands and face of Cooper.
And a fair catch for the Raiders, taken by Chris Carr inside the 15, about the 13-yard line. 12:45 left to go in the first half. The Raiders lead the 49ers 3-0. Grill, if you're a linebacker in the 49ers camp, we've got video. We're going to show it to you a little bit later, but it's off on the linebackers. Tuiasopo remains at quarterback. Justin Fargas, the ball carrier for the Raiders, gets up to the 20-yard line. Nice gain of almost 7 yards.
Well, the Raiders come out in this set, one backside, two tight ends. Kind of a stretch play to Vargas. Everybody just gets on their man up front, and he can pick his hole anywhere he finds it.
This guy, he's a nice change of pace. He's going to be a nice change of pace when they got Jordan in the backfield. A little bit more speedy, shiftier than Jordan. And a good receiver out of the backfield as well. Vargas again. This time caught in the backfield by the 49ers. Two guys got him. Jamie Winborn led the charge for the 49ers, and Winborn, hey, it may be preseason, but he's trying to get the faithful fired up.
Yeah, but look at the ability of Winborn. He comes back in tight inside on the line of scrimmage and then just kind of shoots off this corner. And look how much speed he has. He has the ability to catch this play from the backside before Vargas can get up inside in his blocks and make the big play.
Third down, 6 yards to go. So far, the Raiders are 3 of 6 on third down conversions. This will be Tuiasosopo's first opportunity. And somebody moved on the Raider line. Unless they were.
I tell you, I really like the options.
Ball start. Offense. Number 71. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Corey Halsey, the man implicated.
Rotating Julian Peterson on the other outside. That's a nice tandem.
Third and a long way, and the ball is tipped to the line of scrimmage and still caught at the 25-yard line. And that was a flag down, but a nice reception. It was Johnny Morant who made the reception for the 49ers. Well, the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, still completed.
Before the pass was thrown, holding. Defense number 23. Penalties declined. Resolve the play. First down.
Good.
And since, yeah, that penalty was declined since it was a pickup of 19 yards. So the ball is at 26. First down for the Raiders. That's complete out of the backfield about the 38-yard line. Mike Adams makes the tackle for the 49ers on the completion to the tight end Foshi. That's his first reception for the Raiders.
So again, just an underneath route, almost a delayed pattern. Timing for Marquise to give this play enough time to develop, get everybody back in their drop.
9 first down now for the Raiders, 0 for San Francisco. Justin Vargas hit immediately at the line of scrimmage. Back. Isaac Sopoaga, defensive tackle. You look at one of the battles for the 49ers. Sopoaga, who missed last year with an injury, and Adams over the middle. It's going to be a nice battle. This fall on UPN Bay Area, Bartman, Stan, Kyle, Kenny, all the residents of South Park. Every weeknight at 11:30 after The Simpsons. South Park starts September 19th only on UPN Bay Area. Second down, 9. Out of the backfield. Nice open field tackle by Adams. Adams, we've mentioned his name a few times tonight, definitely making an impression for the 49ers. The defense has actually played pretty well. There's a penalty.
Well, when you bring a blitz up front like the Niners are doing this
offense,
play,
number 61. 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Expect the ball out here fast, and a very nice job of closing by Mike Adams. Vargas on the ground in the open field.
Norv Turner's team really committing the mistakes that are killing themselves. The 49ers defense has played pretty well. It's 3-0, but the Niner defense has been on the field the majority of the time. 49ers do not have a single first down so far. 9:06 left to go in the first half. Kerry Collins, a nice debut for the Raiders. Randy Moss had a reception, but the starters are out now. The Raiders with Tuiasosopo at quarterback. Day for the Raider quarterback, and he throws and he completes it at the 45 to the 44-yard line. Johnny Morant with another reception for the Raiders. The first one was 19 yards, but he's got nice size. 6'4", second year out of Syracuse. But Morant played in 4 games as a rookie. 1 pass last year for 20 yards.
Yeah, and you see the Niners that they bring the linebacker Andrew Carter. But Morant gets free down the field as no pressure in front, and Tuiasosopo has all day to wait on his receiver to cross.
27-yard pickup, 8:11 clock running in the first half. Raiders lead 3-0. And on the fake reverse, and they go up the middle, maybe a gain of a yard, but nice job that time by Sopoaga not to bite into that. And we talked briefly on the battle at nose tackle there, but Sopoaga is the guy who suffered a back injury in summer camp last year. He missed the whole season. He was a 4th-round pick out of Hawaii, but he is a run stopper, and he's a big one, 6'3", 321. This guy is alone, and in fact, he was a super sleeper by the NFL draft report last year. And I think you got a battle going on there at nose tackle. And that one's complete. Again, he's having himself quite a first half. Tackled by Rashawn Reed. Coming up at halftime on our Toyota halftime report, Rick Kwan goes one-on-one with the new Hall of Fame quarterback Steve Young. Has some interesting insights into our good friend Terrell Owens, who's having a very interesting summer camp.
I can't wait to hear those insights.
You know where? I think he's in the Bahamas, isn't he?
Yeah.
Somebody may have moved once again on the Raider line. The Raiders have a few penalties, and they've committed them at critical times.
Well, Dennis, going back to Sopoaga, what the 49ers like about him, he's just a true nose guard, stout in there, and what they like about Anthony.
Ball start. Offense. Number 71. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
What they like about Anthony Adams is he's versatile. He's a guy that actually can move out and play in for the 49ers, and backup Bryant Young give him a rest. And so the 49ers feel good about the versatility on that defensive line with players like that.
First down, 16 yards. Morant has 3 receptions for 50 yards. Fargas is the tailback in the I formation. Carter almost got in there. They throw it to Fargas on the screen. Fargas has got room inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Tackled by Jamie Winborn. Winborn racking up some stacks for the 49ers.
Well, nice setup by Marquise here, as it looked as though Andre Carter was going to have nice pressure. Just a nice setup on the play for Marquise, and obviously the dump off late. And here you see the defense way back, which gives Fargas plenty of room to get down the field.
Picked up almost 10 yards. Second down, 7. 6:04 left to go in the first half. And all Raiders so far. Stone with his first reception and gets to about the 26. Nice job that time offensively by Rashawn Reed of the 49ers. Rashawn Reed getting a look, 5'10", 185, second year at Troy State.
Well, just a quick one, and the key to play like this obviously is getting the ball out there fast, receiver to make the play, and it's the reaction of the DB that tells it whether or not they'll be successful on play. You've got to close right now as soon as you see the receiver Stone take that step back.
Toyasa Sopo, nice job for the Raiders so far, 7 of 10, 83 yards. Third down, 3. Good pass protection, and it's dropped. Eric Johnson on the coverage for the Raiders, but that is one that Williams definitely should have been able to pull in, did not, and as a result, Janikowski will come out and attempt another field goal. But if you're the Raiders and you're looking for that quarterback behind and dispel Gary Collins, I think Tuiaso Sopo is showing nice poise, but again, nice pass protection today.
Well, Mike knows you gotta like, though his defense has been on the field a ton tonight. They've bent a lot, but they haven't broken much.
44 yards now. Janikowski is up, and it's good. So the Raiders kicker, such a marvelous season last year, kicks from 44 yards out, and with 5:06 left to go in the first half, 49ers still looking for a first down. Janikowski will kick off. Back deep to receive. Walker and McCanley for the 49ers. And P.J. Fleck has the ball at the 15, gets across the 20, then smothered by a host of Raider tacklers at the 20-yard line. So now 4:59, 49ers have the football, and there's a timeout on the field. So they'll see if they can get the ball rolling after this.
See that article about Roethlisberger?
Rob Ryan, a second year as defensive coordinator with the Raiders. I don't think he's under the gun, but they ranked 30th in overall defense last year, 371 yards a game. And they allowed 27.2 points a game. That was 31st. So they drafted 2 cornerbacks. They signed Derek Burgess at defensive end. So the hope is that a move back to the 4-3 will take advantage more of the players' strengths instead of exposing their weaknesses. The Raiders produced just 18 turnovers last year, but Rob Ryan has to be happy from what he sees tonight. Smith remains at quarterback for the 49ers. Maurice Hicks now in at running back for the 49ers. He picks up a couple of yards.
Well, Maurice Hicks, the guy last year that showed so much, and the ability to move around in the hole with good feet, quick feet, find the openings and get to them in a hurry.
Well, Hicks had that one game. He ran for 139 yards in his first career start in December on 34 carries against Arizona. So that was a major bright spot and at that point a dismal season for the 49ers. He picked up 2 yards, second down and 8. That's Hicks coming out of the backfield now. Incomplete, thrown behind the intended receiver Norton. And now let's go downstairs to Minnie Bott.
Speaking of Johnny Morton, he has 146 career starts. All of the other 10 receivers on the 49ers roster right now have a combined 26 starts. He is currently the veteran leader on this core. And Coach Nolan says they're kind of using him more as a player coach. And Morton said what he'd like to see more from this receiving core so far in this training camp is a little bit of swagger and confidence. He said right now these receivers are still in the learning mode, and that's what they're really going to need to pick up before the start of the regular season.
Thanks, Mandy. Another third down situation for Alex Smith. This time got a little bit of time and incomplete. Grant intended receiver at the 49 at the 40-yard line, but that was underthrown. Hunter, excuse me, the intended receiver.
Yeah, Alex just rushed this ball a little bit. You see, Johnny Morton working outside. This is how it is in the league. Guys not going to be open by much, and you got to put it in there. And Alex Smith, that time, you see the form, maybe not quite what he's needed to have all the way through as he's followed through and he's getting coached and coached up. And here's how it works in this league. And you got to step in there and put it right in the middle sometimes.
Carr, the ball carrier, and he broke one tackle, and now he might have some room. Back up midfield, and one man brought him down right at the end. Otherwise, that might have been gone. It was Ahmed Plummer, it looks like, who made the tackle for the 49ers. Check that, Keith Lewis, who made the stop for the 49ers. Might have been a touchdown saving tackle. 6-0 Raiders.
Great leader, but that's, football. I mean, he's a great guy off the field. I think that's what people mostly remember.
Nice job by Chris Cooper for the 49ers defensive line on Fargus. Picked up maybe a yard at the most, but it's been all Raiders in the first half. And B.Y.'s been last member of the 49ers Super Bowl team that Steve Young took San Francisco to the top of the NFL world. It's hard to believe. In the '94 season, January of '95. 3:19 left to go. 6-0 Raiders. Tuiasosopo at quarterback. And look at it. Down he goes. Chris Cooper with back-to-back nice plays for the 49ers. That time beating the defense. The 6'5", 50-year man out of Nebraska, Omaha.
Well, Cooper just keeps working, keeps driving, pushing his man back right into the face and on top of Tuiasosopo.
You gotta like that. Spent time with the Raiders. In fact, the Raiders, Cowboys, and 49ers in 2004. He joined San Francisco after he's waived by Dallas. Well, that's got to feel good for Cooper. Tuiasosopo, this is what he does best. I mean, this is what he does that Collins doesn't do. And he gets inside the 45 to the 42. Short of the first down. Andrew Williams gets his first tackle for the 49ers, but a 12-yard scramble for Tuiasosopo.
Yeah, and Andrew, nice hustle on the outside here, just working inside, staying after Tuiasosopo, who shows the good feet. And, again, in the three-man line, there are holes and lanes there, and that's why the discipline has to be there up and down the line to keep contained, who've got the good movement.
Raiders are going to take this down to the 2-minute warning. They're on a 4th and 5 situation, but there's a timeout on the field. We are at the 2-minute warning. The Raiders lead 6-0. Not be a good time to approach the coach and say,
now this is the stuff we want to hear.
You got that right. Good pressure by the 49ers. Fleck moves up and lets the ball drop, and the Raiders are going to make things even worse on the 49er offense. Chris Carr downs at about the 2-yard line. 40-yard punt. Nice job by Gary Cook, the rookie out of UNLV, pulling a Shane Leckler impersonation.
Well, Alex Smith will get his shot to work deep out of his own red zone, end zone, and direct the offense from here.
Well, join CBS 5 in the San Francisco Chamber of Commerce for the 49ers kickoff luncheon. It's on August 31st at Moscone Center. Sit down with Coach Mike Nolan and a full roster of players for lunch before they kick off the 2005 campaign. For tickets, call 352-8837 or go online at sfchamber.com. 49ers bottled up. Smith remains at quarterback, passing from his own end zone. That time got away. Here's the look at the scramble. Ability goes head first, and nice job by Smith. Tim Johnson made the tackle for the 49ers.
Well, Mike Nolan, wanting to watch his guy work out of his own end zone, backs him up to pass.
Time of possession dominated completely. 22:04.
Wow.
He picked up 7 yards. 2nd down, 3. Barlow and Beasley remain in. Smith's going to try to run it again and gets hammered hard. It was Brayton who slammed him out of bounds shy of the 1st down, and there they go. It looked like a clean hit because borderline and Smith was already out of bounds, but they did throw the flag. So time for the forward look again replay, and you make the call, Keena.
Braden coming inside out. I'm waiting to hear this call here.
After the play was over, personal foul. Defense, number 91. Late hit out of bounds. 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
Well, I tell you, look, but Braden coming from inside out, working hard, and you see him making his drop right here, getting in position, outside linebacker spot. Alex Smith coming outside.
I think
out of bounds.
He's out of bounds, and they, ironically, that's the first 49er 1st down. And it comes with 1:04 left to go in the 1st half. Their 1st down. Jackson out of the backfield. Smith makes the completion to the 35-yard line. And Smith immediately calls the timeout. Kirk Morrison made the tackle, but with 55 seconds, at least Smith is going to get an opportunity to show what he can do in a 2-minute offense. And right now, Keena, I suppose that if you are 49er fans and you're seeing this guy for the first time, it's important to remember, A, that the 49ers are playing without a lot of their offensive linemen, and B, that he is a rookie quarterback. And that you're gonna see these kinds of struggles all season.
Well, what I'm impressed with in the way that Mike Nolan is approaching this is that he has had a plan for Alex Smith from day one. He's staying with that plan. And even in this game where they haven't fared well on offense, he's staying with Smith to get him those 20 plays. And it's taken the 1st half to kind of get that done. But he's staying with Alex Smith. He's putting him in some tough situations. He's making him play through it because he wants to really assess just where this young man is when it comes to toughness and coming in these kind of situations.
Under pressure again. And this time Smith, we're seeing a good example of mobility. That time smartly throws the ball away. And intelligence is something Smith wants to do. As a matter of fact, he compares, or he talks about Joe Montana.
The cerebral part of it, you know, a smart player, a guy who makes good decisions. You know, obviously I like to think myself as athletic and talented too, but bottom line is a successful quarterbacks in the NFL are the smart quarterbacks. That's bottom line.
Yeah, it's tough when you're playing here too. I mean, you Montana and Steve Young and Jeff Garcia. Smith throws it complete to Brandon Line. Lloyd gets it across the 40 to the 41 and goes out of bounds.
And what the 49ers want to do is see Alex Smith have some success here before they take him out of the game.
42 seconds left to go in the first half, coming up at halftime here on CBS 5. Hall of Fame quarterback Steve Young with Rick Kwan in the Toyota halftime report. That's just a couple of minutes away. 49ers with 42 seconds at 3rd down and 5. So far, San Francisco 0 for 4 on 3rd down conversion. And they hand it off. Jackson needs to break one more tackle. Didn't quite do it. Fumbled the ball, in fact. Did they give it to the Raiders? No. He was down, but he's short of the first down. Stanford route. And Burgess in on the tackles for the Raiders, who will get the ball back with about 25 seconds left.
Well, Terry Jackson, another guy that's done it with smarts and everything else, tries to bring this thing all the way back. Just not quite enough time or
that could be
strength to get all the way across. That ball looked like it came out, but the ground, woo, that one's close, guys.
I think they're going to review that one.
That one's close.
Well, now time runs out, so they did not review it. They could have, but time runs out on the Raiders. That's okay with them. They shut the 49ers out, and they lead 6-0 at halftime.
Let's take it now live. Enjoy the second half.
Offense only put up 6 points. The defense played exceptionally well.
I think our defense was outstanding. I like the way our returners returned the ball. I like the physical way we played on offense and the way we moved the ball. We just killed a couple drives with drop balls. Couple penalties. We'll get the ball in the end zone this half.
Good luck, Coach. Thanks for your time. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, George. As Sebastian Janikowski gets ready to kick it off to start this 3rd quarter.
Well, you know, granted, Jim, Norv's got to be happy about that. You know, if you had to have one thing that you said the Oakland Raider football team had to do this year, it's play better on defense, specifically 3rd downs. And I think they're starting to move towards being a very good defense. You know, and again, we're optimistic now with guarded optimism. Well, they're moving towards being a very good defensive football team, which then, of course, will tell you they've improved quite tremendously on 3rd down.
Jason McCadley, you see there on the left, number 89, awaiting the kick from Janikowski.
You know, the second half now, guys, too, we'll get a chance to see some more of the younger defensive players with the Oakland Raiders. Janikowski smiling.
Now Janikowski, one of the best in the business, and you see the additions, and it starts, boy, with Randy Moss, Lamont Jordan, Derek Burgess. Boy, and the list is outstanding, but boy, when it starts with Moss, Jordan, and Burgess, that's a very productive offseason.
You know, they went out in the open market, brought in players that felt could help them immediately, and obviously those 3 guys head the list.
You take a look at a guy like the Jay Foreman right here, or Ned Jasper. Foreman started for the Texans before he was released. Jasper started for the Falcons. These are veteran guys that have a lot of play under their belt.
The second half is underway, and breaking the tackle at the 30-yard line was McCaffrey. And the 49ers, pretty good field position, and Tim Rattay's turn. Tim Rattay, of course, at 6 feet, 215 pounds in the 6th season. And you look at what he's done for the 49ers. He's had his chances. And last year he started 9 ball games. He had 10 touchdowns, but he also threw 10 interceptions.
Key to him is he's got to stay healthy. He gets battered around a little bit because he's not a very big guy. He's increased his mobility. He's going to be an excellent backup and mentor for Alex Smith.
And a running play, they keep it on the ground on 1st down, pretty much where they ended that first half. Well, interesting to see the 49er fans as you look at the rookie Kirk Morrison, and he has had a very nice training camp. 2-time All-American at San Diego State, the 3rd round draft pick of the Raiders.
Active player, Bishop High School up here in the Oakland area. Paul Paranon, high school coach, teammate of Langston Walker and Bishop O'Dowd for a year or so.
Always fun to play for your hometown.
Oh boy, what a thrill for him.
Absolutely.
He walks around with a big smile on his face all the time.
Well, he is really a bright young kid. Had a chance to talk to him this week in Napa. Well, Wiz, we talk about the Raiders defense. You've gone against some pretty good defenses, and you certainly have the experience. And this defense tonight certainly has played very well.
Yeah, you know, the word that comes to mind for me is high intensity. Actually, 2 words. But I was in the halftime in the locker room, and these guys were pumped up. Warren Sapp had a smile from ear to ear on getting a sack on Alex Smith. But they're pumped up. They're playing with high intensity. A new coach for them, Keith Millard, defensive line coach from Foothill High School. Went to Washington State and a perennial Pro Bowl player at Minnesota Vikings. He brings a little more of that enthusiasm and intensity, and they're getting after the quarterback tonight.
All right, Rattay has his man. Oh, and a touchdown saving tackle at the far side. Rattay with the biggest gain of the night for the 49ers. Schweigert was there. Curtis was there.
Used to. A lot of things happen, and that's really good.
2 tight ends for the 49ers. Play action. Rattay going to the end zone. Touchdown. Brandon Lloyd beat the double coverage. And the 49ers are an extra point away from taking their first lead.
We're going to see great concentration when we show the replay by Brandon Lloyd, because that ball could have been tipped away. Rattay shows some presence in the pocket, like Jim Plunkett just referred to, lays the ball up there, and Stuart Schweigert just misses it. Great concentration that time by number 85, Brandon Lloyd, for the touchdown.
And he's well covered. It was just a great throw and catch, to say the least. Putting in place only where Brandon Lloyd would come up with it. Sometimes you got to bring it.
Well, you know what's going to happen in the Bay Area starting tomorrow on this side of the Bay. Quarterback controversy already.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Joe Nedney will try to put the 49ers on top here early third quarter. And it's good. So with 13-4 left, despite statistically dominating the game, the Silver and Black now trail 7-6.
Only a little bit. Only the fact that San Diego won the division, they pounded the Raiders into submission in San Diego. I thought that would be a little higher up the list.
And Carr hit down at the 20.
Boy, did he get nailed.
All right, we'll be right back. Raiders football down 7-6. AFC Championship game against Tennessee.
In a sweep.
In a sweep. A lot of the Sacramento Kings in there. It was what a great way to watch a ball game.
None better.
Absolutely.
You get spoiled, too.
That's right. And Tuiasosopo and a flag down. That's going to be interference. They're going to say the ball is tipped, but there's no question Johnny Morant, the intended receiver.
Yeah, that was a good call by the official if the ball wasn't tipped.
Yeah, Dwayne Carpenter came up, obviously made contact long before the ball got to Johnny Morant.
Pass interference. Defense, number 35. Spot foul, automatic, first down.
Okay, watch Carpenter here. Clearly makes contact with number 19, Morant, before the ball gets there. So it's a good call by the official, but an obvious foul.
Fargas, the running back, Morant, and Stone, the receivers. Fargas, nothing doing right there. And it's going to be second and long. Let's check in with George Atkinson. George?
Guys, I'm with veteran cornerback. 8 years in the league already, Charles Woodson. Charles, the defense was very impressive the first half. Talk about the defense and what improvements you guys have made during training camp.
Well, you know, I won't jump the gun because it is the first preseason game. You know, we just want to come out this first game and fly around, get to the football, have some 3 and outs, and we had some success with that today. But you know, we're looking forward to the season, you know, and that's what's really going to be the test for us, is what we're going to do when it really counts, when the season comes around.
You know, when you've been in this league 8 years already, it seems like time flies when you're having fun. Talk about your experience with the Raiders and share with us one of your most memorable experiences.
Man, you know, it's always hard when people ask you, you know, about most memorable experiences or favorite plays and that type of thing. You know, it's just been a great ride for me being here, being around, you know, the fans and being around the Oakland organization. You know, being around old vets like yourself. You know what I mean? Willie Brown and Freddie B. And it's been so many great players come through here. You know, the Tim Browns, the greatest Jerry Rice. So it's just been a lot of fun, man. And I wouldn't trade it for nothing.
Okay, man, thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
No problem. Let's go.
All right, George, appreciate it.
Looks like another penalty on the secondary of the San Francisco 49ers. Rashawn Reed, number 31, was all over Johnny Morant. The official threw the flag.
And here is the word from the official.
There's no intentional grounding if the quarterback was out of the pocket. You have illegal contact, defense number 31. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And so it will be a first down. Well, I'll tell you,
Competing against each other every day, you got to be kidding me. That's as good as it gets.
absolutely. All right, so a first down for Raiders as they have the football at the 43-yard line. Play action, Fargas. And Morant at the 35. And Morant is to the 31. Nice pass by Tuiasosopo, rolling out by Tom. As it looked at first that ball may have been intended for Foshee underneath, but he was covered. And nice job by Tui Plunk to find the open man, Morant.
Yeah, once again, you got play action. He rolls away, rolls to his left, and throws the ball down the field. Johnny Morant, very difficult going to your left, throwing on the run. Hit him right on stride, and Johnny Morant was able to pick up a few extra yards. Here you go, play action to the right. He peels back to the left, or bootlegs to the left, and squares up his hips down the field and throws an accurate ball on the run. Great play by Tuiasosopo.
Johnny Morant having him big evening as the Raiders now with a 1st and 10 at the 49ers 31. Play action, Fargas. Tui again rolling. And right back to the line of scrimmage. A gain of maybe a half yard on the play. Actually, he's going to say backed up. He lost a yard. His back out of bounds already.
You're going back to John. And, you know, some of these young pups coming up now.
All right, Flemister in motion. Another play action to Fargas. And it is the screen to Fargas. And Fargas, some good hard running. And he's to the 25. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 4.
It was well set up. Play action away from the screen. One of Tuiasosopo's rollout actions, but he drops back. Throws the ball to Fargas on the far left, and Holsey unfortunately misses a block or two out there, and didn't pick up a whole lot of yards, but well-developed, well-schemed screen for the Raiders.
All right, a big 3rd down conversion upcoming for the Raiders. They trail 7-6, 10:45 left 3rd quarter. 3 receivers sent. Actually, a 4 receivers sent. And a first down as making the catch was Randall Williams. He's the 5th-year man out of New Hampshire. And Williams and the Raiders keep the drive alive at the 15-yard line.
Look at Tuiasosopo and Rattay, knowing that they've played a little bit, how much more poised they are in the pocket than, say, the young guy, Alex Smith.
Tuiasosopo, picked off, touchdown Niners.
I spoke too soon.
Derek Johnson, coast to coast, and it's 13-6.
You know, Derek Johnson out of the University of Washington picks off a pass from that guy, a former Husky himself. He timed it perfect.
Yep, the 6th-round draft pick stepped in front of it.
Watch this now. This is just a simple 90, which is an out to the top, and bing, he just timed it perfectly. I'll bet you, too, he wishes he had a little bit more zip on the ball, but he did not see Derek Johnson coming from behind.
You know, and Derek Johnson doesn't have to worry about anybody beating him deep. You know, it's all tight coverage down there.
Exactly right.
He jumped on the motion of Tui coming to his left, and as you said, timed it absolutely perfectly for the score.
And, you know, North Turner there was talking to Teo Johnson. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern to influence the safety out of there. That's, I'll bet you, what happened.
Well, 14. Well, you talk about Raiders, you talk about great coaches. Al Davis's paralleled success in the NFL began in '63. Coach of the Year honors then John Roush. Won the award in '67. John Madden in 1969. And Tom Flores, Coach of the Year in '82. And Art Shell in 1990. Another tribute to a great organization.
Well, you know, you talk about Raider coaches, like 6 different Raider coaches have led a team, not just the Raiders, but a team to the Super Bowl. So Mr. Davis has a great knack for finding extremely competent, gifted young coaches and helping them along to greatness.
Well, a little bit of a buzz has developed here with the Raiders. Now down 14-6. They're going to play some catch-up. And here's Ward, LaShawn Ward, and fumbled. And it's the 49ers football. And they are once again knocking right on the doorstep.
I tell you tonight, guys, I've been impressed with both teams covering kicks.
Yep.
I know that Doug Gabriel, popped one against the Niner coverage teams, but there's a lot of contact, and there's a lot of guys flying down the field. Now take a look at Ward here. He's going to come up the field. He's holding the ball a little bit loose. You got to hold on to that, baby. And bang, the ball gets jarred loose there. And, Joe Avisano is not going to be happy about that. Rashawn Reed was the man who made the hit that jarred the ball loose.
Fred Amy out of Sacramento State on the recovery, and so the 49ers on top 14-6. Play action with Tay looking, and underneath has a man wide open. And making a catch along the near sideline is the veteran Johnny Morton, last year with the Kansas City Chiefs. He's in his 12th year.
I know there are a lot of different players playing right now, but, each coach expects their guys, whoever's in there, it doesn't mean they're starters, but to go out there and perform and do their job. And, they expect a
high formation, 2nd down and 1. Quick pass, shoestring catch, touchdown, 49ers Arnaz battle. The 3rd-year man out of Notre Dame, and boy, the 49ers in a little 5 minutes have scored 3 touchdowns.
That is a tough play in the open field. It's field into the end zone. That was just a terrific throw and catch, Jim.
Well, the throw wasn't so good. The catch was, but he made a big play out of it. Made Stanford route and miss him, and he goes in for the score.
20.
It's really an outstanding building.
Since you never wear socks, I would advise you to keep your shoes on.
Don't worry, I knew you were going to say that.
All right, LaShawn Ward, he just fumbled, and he gets his hands on the football here, and he will. He's at the 1. And he's down at the 23.
I'll tell you, the 49ers doing a great job tonight of covering kickoffs. It's a man, not only in the punt, but the kickoff return.
Well, there's a look at Andrew Walter, the 6'6", 230-pound rookie out of Arizona State, the 3rd round. 85 career touchdown passes at ASU, and folks, that is #1 in Pac-10 history. He threw for over 10,000 yards and beat out John Elway for that mark. 85 career touchdown passes, an outstanding collegiate career.
Yeah, he certainly did have an outstanding collegiate career. I've seen him play on a couple occasions, and he's got a lot of potential.
All right, let's see what he does here. 3rd quarter action. Ward in motion at the top, underneath, and it is complete. John Paul Foskey out of Georgia Tech hit immediately.
Walters is out of Grand Junction, Colorado, and he reminds a lot of people of Mark Wilson, who played for the Raiders a couple decades ago. Big, strong guy. He fell in the draft a little bit because he had shoulder surgery. But you look at him and you say this guy should have been a high 2nd round pick, but the Raiders wisely were patient and took him with the 3rd round pick. And I think he's going to be an outstanding player in the future of this organization.
Gain of 3. And again finds his man. Same combination to John Paul Foskey, and he has the 1st down punt. I know it was only a 3-yard gain on 1st down, but I would think for a guy coming in playing in his 1st NFL game, got to make him feel a lot better, and you saw the result on the next play.
It does. You get that first pass completed and you feel pretty good about yourself. But here I'm even more impressed. He shuffles around, gives himself more time with the pressure to find the open receiver, and he hits him right on the mark. Those are the kinds of things you like to see. That little dump off at the beginning, confidence. The next one, he feels a little bit more confident. He shuffles around, finds the guy. That was a superb job. I think he's a very experienced guy back there.
And he's got good size at 6'6". You can see over the defense. Nice move there. Omar Easy, and the silver and black starting to chew up some yardage here. 1st down for Omar Easy, his 1st carry of the game, a 4th-year player from Penn State last year.
145 pounds.
All right, wide to the left goes Randall Williams. Split to the left is LaShawn Ward. Andrew Walter, the quarterback here in the third quarter with 7 minutes and 35 seconds remaining. 21-6 San Francisco. Good protection and a good throw. I mean, it hit the guy right in the head, LaShawn Ward, and LaShawn Ward just did not have his head turned towards the ball, but Walter put it right on the money, gentlemen.
I tell you, Grant, Artie, that was a great throw. He nailed it right between two defenders, and even the receiver wasn't prepared to, because he thought that he was covered, but Walters found a way to get him the football.
And they didn't see it. Now, you know he's going to take some real ribbon, not only from the coaches, but also his teammates for that one.
It's going to be a tough week for him.
Tough week for LaShawn Ward.
Yep. But, boy, Andrew Walter is sure loaded on this drive. And he's put the ball right on the money. I formation. Again up top. Here comes the pressure. And the flag comes flying. Pass interference as the ball intended for Flemister. Let's face it, he stood in there and he was hit as he threw the ball, and because of that the ball was underthrown in the pass interference.
Keith Lewis, a little bit of bootleg, a little bit of play action. I think this system of Norv Turner's is perfect for him.
But, you throw for over 10,000 yards in the Pac-10. I mean, those are some pretty lofty numbers. Walter, pump fake. Look at the poise. Omar Easy. Boy, nice job there as Walter at the last minute found the safety valve easy, and he runs forward across the 40 to about the 38-yard line.
Clinton Brooks, number 74. Guys you don't hear that much about.
Easy. And Easy is pushed out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Salim Rashid out of Alabama on the tackle. 6 minutes and 52 seconds left, third quarter, 21. I wonder if this is four-down territory.
With the score, it might be.
And also the placement of the ball would be a long field goal. Walter steps up and incomplete. Up ball intended for John Stone. And let's see what Norv Turner elects to do here on a 4th down and 5.
Oh, you're right, Grant. It is four-down territory. Norv has made the decision, it appears, to go for it on 4th down.
A 6, you can see. And they're not set yet, and he'll have to take a timeout. Nope, he didn't call it in time, and that's good. And that's, again, that's a rookie mistake right there, Punk, and I know you can relate to that.
Game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
As a rookie in particular, but any quarterback, it's ground into them that don't waste the timeout, don't waste the timeout. But there are certain situations when it's 4th down and you're going to go for it. You have to be aware of the clock, the time on the clock, and call a timeout if necessary, so you don't lose that yardage.
Now they're going to have to punt the ball.
Yep.
You didn't want to have the penalty committed by your offense.
And kicking the football is Gary Cook. And a fair at the 15. Well, we want to tell you that the West Showdown in week 2 should be a dandy.
No, I'm looking forward to that game, but I'm looking forward to that Patriot game, their first home game against Kansas City. It's awesome.
Cody Pickett at quarterback, and Arnaz Ball on the reception. I think it was a Pickett, or is Rattay still in there?
All I've got.
Don't forget, this guy set all kinds of passing records at Louisiana Tech when he was in college.
All right, now the end around battle, and he's tripped up, but Brown caused the fumble. He recovered it anyway. 5 minutes and 32 seconds here in the third quarter, 21.
See Norv Turner in his second year get some of the things he wants done on the field.
All right, ball is at the 26. And look out, breaking free, Maurice Hicks. And Hicks is into Raiders territory inside the 45 to the 43, but there is a penalty marker down back at the line of scrimmage.
The first indication is it's offensive holding.
Yeah, it's coming back.
Holding. Offense, number 67. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 1st down.
In the year 2002 by the San Francisco 49ers. Was an outstanding player at Texas Tech.
All right, 1st down. Tim Rattay working from his own 17-yard line. Maybe checking off. And it is complete. Brandon Lloyd. And he's hit across the 21. Fabian Washington, the first-round draft pick of the Raiders. Well, you want to talk about speed. He also is a guy, and already we talk about this in Plunk, what speed will do for you, but he had the fastest 40-yard dash at the recent NFL scouting combine, clocked at 4.29.
You know, you can't replace speed. You know, if you have speed, you have a chance. Out of Bradenton, Florida, another player that left the state of Florida to go somewhere else. He was a Cornhusker, as you said, and hopefully has a great future here with the Raiders.
PJ Fleck in motion at the top. Matei out of the shotgun, pressure on, gets it away, and a very nice catch. They're going to say, is it caught? Yep, they're going to call it now. They're going to come over and change it. They're going to say Brandon Lloyd did not come down with a football.
Well, one thing, look at Fabian here. Charles Woodson's been teaching him a couple tricks. Him and Willie Brown. Willie Brown, of course, the great ex-Raider corner, NFL Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
He's one of the secondary coaches here with this organization.
All right, it's now a 3rd down and 13. Again, Rattay out of the shotgun. And they've got him as Ed Jasper, 9th-year man out of Texas A&M, gets credit for the sack.
You know, we were talking about Jasper before. He was a defensive tackle at the Atlanta Falcons. He's a veteran guy. He knows how to play the game. On the left side of your screen there, does a good job of swimming over the top. You're going to see him come here and make the play. And you know what I like about him there? He doesn't leave his feet.
Right.
He runs through the quarterback and is able to sack him. So many times you see defenders leave their feet and the quarterback ducks underneath them.
Well, he had a lot.
Also one of the great snappers in the National Football League. In fact, he was the Pro Bowl snapper a year ago. The only 49er to go to the Pro Bowl.
Chris Carr back deep. Short kick takes a 49ers bounce. And it's going to go all the way to the 42-yard line. All right, well, we have a...
I'm delighted to be standing next to this gentleman, number 34, Lamont Jordan, a free agent this year that we signed from the New York Jets. Over 5,000 all-purpose yards at Maryland, #1 in school history in rushing, and averaged 4.9 yards per carry at the Jets. Lamont, what kind of mindset do you have coming into this season, knowing that this is your Raider team and that you're the featured back?
Oh, I'm excited. You know, for 4 years I've been a backup, and I've been waiting for this opportunity. And Mr. Davis and the Raiders organization gave me that opportunity. I'm excited. I finally get a chance to play football.
You had a great start tonight. You were running the ball well, caught the ball out of the backfield. It's difficult to adapt to this Norv Turner system. And what is there to the learning curve here?
I think the biggest thing is learning the terminology. That's the biggest thing. You know, pretty much everybody runs the same thing in NFL. It's just hearing a play call and trying to match that up with what we did in New York to try to help myself remember it. But I'm doing a pretty good job of learning offense. Carries and huddle definitely helping me out. And you know, it's just one of those things you have to go through.
Players and coaches alike and fans are thrilled to have you be a part of this team. You're a tough guy. It's kind of cold down here, but it's not New York cold. What's going on? You trying to show off the guns or what?
No, I'm not trying to show off the guns. You know, I almost put a coat on, but the East Coast city wouldn't allow it. This is pretty good weather over here, and you know, I almost put the coat on, but.
Welcome to the Silver and Black. We're delighted you're a part of the team. Upstairs to you, Grant.
All right, Steve, we appreciate it. And making that catch right there was Joshua Noman, 3rd-year player from Oklahoma.
And, you know, Andrew Walter continues to impress.
Absolutely.
You know, even though they didn't come up with a touchdown on their last drive, you know, he put a good drive together, and he's putting another one together right now.
Washington and Williams go to the left of Walter. Walter, good looking throw, and it's incomplete. Just out of reach of Maurice Washington. One thing, he throws a tight spiral, doesn't he?
He does. He is a
like this, no matter what the score of the game is. But you want to see him execute X amount of plays, X amount of throws, X amount of different types of throws. And I think you're seeing that tonight, so you can get a proper evaluation on him.
Pump fake. Looking long and incomplete. Threw it out of bounds. That ball was thrown in the direction of Randall Williams. And it's going to be a 3rd down for the Silver and Black as we have 1:16 left 3rd quarter, 21-6 San Francisco.
Well, you get to test that 3rd down offense here. 3rd and long, 3rd and 10.
49ers rush 4, picked up nicely and dropped. Perfectly thrown football to Maurice Washington, the rookie free agent. And again, another nice looking pass from Walter. Should have been a 1st down.
Yeah, it certainly should have. He threw it right on the money. He hung in there until the receiver came open, but unfortunately couldn't make the grab.
You know what? He does it with ease, too. Just seems like he's not struggling to throw the ball. He's got a natural, fluid motion. Does it with great ease. And Norv Turner saying, hey, that's a good throw. He's got to come up with the catch on that. Norv's been around a lot of great quarterbacks. When Norv was in college, he was a backup to a guy who's in the NFL Hall of Fame by the name of Danny Fouts.
Absolutely. So a fourth down, and the Raiders punt it away. And again, doing the punting duties right now for the Raiders is Gary Cook. And it's down at the 1-yard line.
And it's another good job by special teams. It's the second time they've, downed the ball inside the 2-yard line.
Yeah, that was far.
See, Ken has come in to play quarterback. Dorsey, third year, 7th-round pick 2 seasons ago. He got 7 starts a year ago, and right away they hand off to Maurice Hicks, and Hicks just trying to get out of the shadow of the end zone. But Dorsey last year, 6 touchdowns, 9 interceptions.
Miami Hurricane football team.
Final seconds, third quarter. And complete to P.J. Fleck, hit immediately short of the first down, and that may do it for this third quarter. Well, at the half, it was 6-0, but the 49ers with 3 third-quarter touchdowns. And as we go to the fourth quarter, our score here from Monster Park, it's 21-6 San Francisco here on the Oakland Raiders television network.
A lot of things come up in the games that you're not ready for, adverse and positive conditions. And you know what? You can coach from the tape, and you can correct from the tape.
All right, Dorsey underneath, and it is complete. As coming up to make the catch, looked like it was Doug Ziegler. Yep, Ziegler is first year out of Mississippi. And that's a first down for the 49ers. For the folks that may have tuned in a little bit late, what we did see in the first half in particular was complete domination by the Silver and Black on both sides of the line of scrimmage. The 49ers actually not get a first down until a penalty late was under the 2-minute mark in the first half. And Lamont Jordan was very impressive. And here's Maurice Hicks, speaking of impressive. And Hicks is tackled from behind, but there's a penalty marker down at the 15. But Lamont Jordan, very good in the first quarter for the Silver and Black, as the offense also clicking. And Hicks and the Niners will come back.
Offense, number 72. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
You know, that's about 50 yards now of rushing offense that poor Maurice Hicks has got last play.
Pro set formation. Flag down again, and that would appear to be holding from where the flag was thrown. It was a complete Bobby Purify.
Of course, he's not...
Illegal hands in the face. Offense, number 72. After this is going to go, still first down.
So it's first down. They have to get the football all the way to the 27-yard. Good time for Dorsey, looking long, and it is incomplete. Coverage by Chris Carr. He was step for step with P.J. Fleck. So it's second down and 22. Dorsey working inside his 5-yard line. The ball at the 4. Hicks. And he is crunched right at the line of scrimmage and met head on. Nice tackle by Tuatele out of Colorado State in his second year.
And Ryan Riddle, number 57, the Raiders' 6th-round draft choice this year out of the University of California. As you take a look at Ryan Riddle, a little older than most younger players because he took a couple of years off coming out of high school, went to El Camino Junior College.
All right, so it's third and long. Dorsey underneath, and it is complete to McCadley, and he is going to be stopped at about the 15. So the Raiders defense holds and back deep. Andy Lee standing at his goal line. Carr runs up, calls a fair catch, and that's where the Raiders will take over first and 10 when we come back. 21-6 here in the fourth on the Raiders television network. Obviously a proud day for Rich and the Silver and Black.
I can say this, I never ever took one day of my career in the National Football League for granted. I'm very proud of my association with the Oakland Raiders. I'm very thankful again for Mr. Davis given me that opportunity in 1999. And it was the best thing that happened to me, honestly. So thank you.
Now the Raiders were 41-23 in the 4 seasons in which he played every game. As you see, Walter, it is complete, nicely done, thrown to the near side to Maurice Washington. They were 36-60 in the other 6 seasons since returning to Oakland. But I want to tell you something about Rich Gannon. As you can see, the all-time NFL MVPs. What a list that is when you can like Kenny Stabler, Marcus Allen. But boy, I'll tell you, Gannon was as a dandy, wasn't he, Plunk?
I think he meant so much to the Raider organization in the 6 years he was with the Raiders. 3 straight AFC West championships. I think he raised every player on that football team to a higher level because of his work ethic, the time he spent at the training facility getting ready for each and every game. He's going to be sorely missed, but it's time. It's over and it's time to move on.
Walter, and nicely done, and a catch. What a gun he has in that right arm. We are looking at a very impressive performance by a rookie quarterback out of Arizona State, and at the moment he doesn't look like a rookie.
No, he's playing extremely well, going to the right receivers, throwing very accurately, shuffling around in the huddle to give him more time to find the open receiver. There he's looking, he keeps his head down the field the whole time and knows where he wants to go with the football after reading the defense, and fires it and makes another completion. He's been very impressive this evening.
Nice catch by Cedric Bonner, his first reception in his first year out of Texas A&M Commerce. So it's a first down for the Silver and Black, just shy of the 30-yard line. Walter again looking, and another perfectly thrown football, and this one brought down by Randall Williams, and Raiders first down.
You know, and I go back to what I said before. I like the fact that Norv and Jimmy Ray are calling a variety of passing type plays for this guy to get his feet wet. And you see, you have a chance here to see Randall come off the line of scrimmage, fight to get the hands off, stop, make an out cut, come back inside and get the ball. This guy, native of the Bronx, okay, has done an excellent job in training camp so far.
Plunk, what's nice about that, he turns and the ball's right there.
Yeah, he does. He's anticipated very well. Walter has.
Honor emotion. Walter, and a completion, and it's going to be inside the 10-yard line. Joshua Noman on the catch.
And one of the things I think I like about Walter is, he gets rid of the ball quickly. He doesn't hesitate. He makes up his mind for the most part where he's going to go, and he goes with it.
So Norman.
You know what I love about Joshua Norman? He played at the University of Oklahoma.
In Norman,
Oklahoma.
Yep, gotta like Norman.
Gotta love it.
And on the ground, Omar Easy. Well, Steve Wisniewski, I'm sure you like what you see from the sideline and Andrew Walter.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just shocked here. He's holding himself with poise. Just talking to center Adam True, and he said Walter really has a feeling, a presence of confidence when he comes into the huddle. So he certainly doesn't look like a rookie. He doesn't look like a third-round pick at all. In fact, from these young draft picks, he's the most impressive quarterback I've seen tonight.
That was 3rd and 6. Let's see if the Raiders can punch it in. They have not scored a touchdown yet. Here's the pressure. Walter, what balance? He eludes. Oh, boy, how about that? What a great play. Touchdown, Raiders. And what a play by that rookie, Andrew Walter. Just punch it in. They have not scored a touchdown yet. Here's the pressure. Walter, what balance? He eludes. Oh, boy, how about that? What a great play. Touchdown, Raiders. And what a play by that rookie, Andrew Walter.
Jim. Okay. Well, give him, high marks on that particular play. Could have been sacked twice, 2 or 3 times on that particular play. He was trying to hold his own, look down the field, find an open receiver, thought he was going to run, stop, and perfect strike, nice and high.
Boy,
to the back of the end zone.
Too, huh?
And here it goes. He's looking down the field. Good pressure on him right away. Steps up, gets out of trouble, thinks about running, breaks a tackle there. Has the presence of mind to find the open receiver on the back of the end zone.
That's big, guys.
Yeah,
that's big time.
And you know what, though? I'm going to tell you something. This guy comes from a passing system, so you would expect him to be okay in terms of his mechanics. But you know what's really impressed me the most about him is, and you don't appreciate it until you see him in practice, is how well he moves around, how mobile he is. He is a mobile man for a big guy.
Well, I'll tell you, that is a big-time play by a first-year player. We're in the fourth. 21-13. Niners. Andrew Walter with the touchdown pass. Beautifully done, as we showed it to you. And Randall Williams on the receiving end. 6 plays, 48 yards, the 9-yard strike.
You know, if you were from Mars, you came in here to watch this game tonight, you'd say this guy was the #1 pick overall instead of Alex Smith.
That's true.
And again, you're working against different groups. He's working against the backups from the 49ers.
That's a good point,
Smith was going against the Raiders' first defense, but you would say, based purely on performance, that this guy was the #1 pick overall.
He has looked good indeed, as you pointed out, and the 49ers able to get the ball across the 30 to the 35-yard line as Rasheed Marshall able to return it. We'll be right back.
With Randy Williams down in the back of the end zone. I mean, great effort by Andrew Walter. 7 of 13, 81 yards, 1 TD, and no interceptions.
All right, now the Niners with the lead, 21-13. They keep it on the ground.
I'll bet you see the Niners here now try to slow the pace of this game
Absolutely.
down. Because even though it's a preseason game, you want to come away, if you're Mike Nolan, with a win tonight.
For a preseason game, a thrilling game here at Monster Park. Right now, it's a 2nd down and 8. Hicks. And not much doing there. He's to the 40. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4.
Again, another good work, more good work, excuse me, for the Raider defense on 3rd down. Let's see what they do. Now, one thing that's not happening, ex-Minnesota Viking defensive lineman all fired up, telling his troops, hey, get after the quarterback, because we're not going to blitz.
All right, here is Ken Dorsey, and picked off by Chris Carr. And Carr slides inside the 40, and the Raiders have the football right back.
That's exactly what happened there. The defensive line did a good job of getting up the field. The Raiders were in a man-type coverage with a robber in the middle. Carr picks the ball off. This is not a blitz. This is just a 4-man line. Dorsey throws the ball, obviously makes a mistake. Carr on the coverage comes around and makes the play.
Hey, Chris Carr's had a very nice ball game.
But what happened is the receiver ran into the official. Rasheed Marshall got an assist or got walled out of the play by banging into the official.
All right, let's see if Andrew Walter can continue with the hot hand. Plenty of time left with 8:06.
Mike Nolan not very happy about that last play.
And that would be surprising if they just go over the top on 1st down.
Norman in motion. He falls down, Walter. And he has his man, James Atkinson, out of South Carolina. And he moves forward, picks up a couple. He's inside the 35, mark him down close to the 33. It's going to be 2nd down and 4.
Almost another collision that time on the crossing pattern with an official. You know, the officials, you know, we're not joking about this. I'm serious. The officials need the preseason as much as the players, the coaches do, and the broadcasters do, just to dump off all that rust accumulated over the offseason.
Plus, with all these crossing routes, it happens more often than you would think.
Absolutely.
2nd down and 5. Walter, incomplete and picked off. Ball deflected. Mike Adams. Adams has a wall. He's across midfield, and he's out of bounds in Raiders territory.
Now, Walters was going for the seam route. He threw it just a little high. It's a dangerous pass to begin with. And Harris back throwing the ball, looking to his left. I mean, he's got him there. It's a tight squeeze, but just threw a little bit high, which happens if you throw the ball high in the middle and it's not caught. It bounces up in the air, and more often than not, it's tipped into somebody else's hands.
Ball was intended for number 86, Williams. And, you know, from a defensive standpoint, whenever the ball is bouncing around like that up in the air, it usually ends up being a turnover. I've seen a couple examples of that tonight.
All right, Ken Dorsey now with just over 7 minutes left. His team up by 8. And about a yard, that's it. if that. And right now, you're right, they're going to chew up some time here.
Season game, and whatever mistakes they've made, obviously they're going to go back to the drawing, look at film, and correct them.
Grant Napier, Artie Gigantino, Jim Plunkett, George Atkinson, Steve Wisniewski on the sidelines. Glad you're with us here on the Raiders Television Network. Underneath, ball caught, Purifi. And he's out of bounds at about the 45-yard line of the Raiders.
Raiders in a three-man rush that time. Obviously, when you rush three, you drop 8. It's a maximum coverage defense. We haven't seen a lot of that tonight. I'm not sure how much of that we're going to see this year, because in the offseason, I think a little bit more of the mentality, whether it be a normal or nickel, you're going to see the Raiders in a 4-man defensive line.
And Purifi made a mistake, too, by going out of bounds. He should have turned the ball up the field if he wanted to run out the clock.
6 minutes left here in the fourth. All of San Francisco scoring in the third quarter. Underneath, Hicks, first down and more. And he's to the 33.
Well, that's Hicks' first game tonight without a penalty being attached to him.
Yeah.
Both of his runs were called back, so he's going to be a happy guy.
Marcus Anderson on the stop.
Yeah, but as you look at these other two quarterbacks, Dorsey and Rattay, and then you compare them to Smith, you know, they may have a change of plans and not go with Alex Smith from the start of the season.
Of course, as you know, this Plunk better than anyone. It makes a big difference when you're going against a first-string defense.
Certainly does.
And a ball inside the 30 down to the 28.
You know, it's interesting, and you know, obviously the Raiders were 5-11 last year. A couple close games, could have been 8-8. The 49ers were 2-14 last year. But you know, you look at some of the athletes, and let's forget the quarterback position for a minute. You say, hey, this wasn't a 2-14 football team based on personnel. I mean, I'm impressed with some of their guys on defense and some of their receivers that have done a great job tonight of catching the ball.
And Purifi, and he has a first down, and obviously 3 points would look very big here for the Niners, trying to run out the clock and get in field goal position with 5 minutes left, 21-13. And actually, I beg it's going to be just shy of the first down. The knee was down as he touched across the 25. So it's going to be less than a yard for the first down.
We haven't had a lot of short yardage situations tonight.
Nope.
Now it's been 3rd and long or 3rd and medium, and now on the 3rd and ones.
And that's a first down.
That's a first down.
All right, Steve Wisniewski has a special guest for us. Wiz?
Hey, thank you, gentlemen. I'm with a man who needs no introduction, perennial All-Pro Warren Sapp in his 11th year. Warren, I know what it feels like to be the guard falling on his belly as you run past him, but tell me, what did it feel like to sack the #1 draft pick in the draft?
Well, it just added him to the list. It really doesn't count right now, but we want to get ourselves back to where we can go out and rush the passer and play some dominating defense, and I think we took a step.
Most people don't understand, but you are a team player. You'd probably line up at linebacker if they asked you to. Last year, you played over the tackle primarily, and you have acknowledged your skills, and I know your skills are best over the guard. This year, they're going to free you up a little bit and play the 4-3. What do you look forward to in the defensive scheme this year?
Wreaking havoc. I mean, that's the thing that I do best. I build a camp in the backfield, and they're giving me an opportunity to do that this year, and I'm going to do everything I can within my power to, make this team go.
I'm delighted you're a Raider. Hey, by the way, did that quarterback drop any money out of his pocket when you sacked him?
No, he kept the church's money close to his vest.
There you go. Back to you, Grant.
All right, Wiz. Bobby Purifi, and it's going to be just shy of the 1-yard line. They're going to spot the ball inside the 2, it looks like. And it's going to bring up second down and goal. Actually, they're going to call it back. The knee was down at the 3. So they bounced that back 2 yards to the 3.
Now, Alex Smith, for the fans at home, is not talking on his cell phone. He is communicating with the quarterback coach up in the booth and listening on the radio so he knows what play is that's called.
All right, Raiders have an extra man on the field, and this is going to be a penalty. They did not get the substitution the way they wanted it. I think Grant Irons was the extra man on the field.
And that's another thing that happens during preseason.
Absolutely.
And you know, it's tough because the guy goes down and the substitution changes.
Defense, 12 men, half the distance to the goal, still first down.
So half the distance to the second down.
Take a look at number 66 from the Oakland Raiders there. one of the new players on the Raiders, Pete McMahon from Iowa, number 69, excuse me, 6'8", 330 pounds. He was a teammate of Robert Gallery's and was drafted in the 6th round this year by the Raiders. And one of the reasons was he comes from a great program. He's well coached, but he's also huge.
All right, here we go on a 2nd and goal. Dorsey, the quarterback, and he's going to throw it. Now Tucks, and he's out of bounds at the 2. Good coverage by the silver and black on that play.
Again, I don't get him, like you said before. This is any young quarterback. Why run out of bounds? You know what I'm saying? Go for the slide, but why run out of bounds and stop the clock as, you know, we're down to under 3 minutes left in the game.
So the football right at the 2. 3rd down and goal. Tailback is Bobby Purify. And it is Purify. Nope. Clock moving with 2:45, and it's going to be 3rd down and goal.
Good job by the Raider defense.
I beg your pardon, 4th down and goal.
Good job here by the Raider defense. This will be something. If they can stop them here or hold them to a field goal, this will be something Rob Ryan can build on.
And they cannot run it down to the 2-minute warning. There's a differential of 4 seconds. So now here comes the field goal unit.
Well, from a technical football standpoint, this is the right call by Mike Nolan. You got to kick the field goal, put the Raiders out of a touchdown and 2-point conversion range.
And here is your favorite player, Billy Nemi.
Kicker.
You're right. It's no good. Good call there. And that's, see now, Plump, that's a guy that coached in the NFL as a special teams coach for many years.
Yeah, absolutely. But I would agree with him, you know.
Great call right there.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Just to Hall of Fame center Jim Otto, and hope that he's doing all right.
Absolutely. Hope he's on the road back to good health.
Great guy.
Well, you think of the Oakland Raiders, you think of Al Davis, you think of guys like Jim Plunkett, and you certainly think of guys like Jim Otto, 00. Our prayers are with him.
Absolutely. Tremendous man. Raiders now still with a chance here. As they need obviously the touchdown and the 2-point conversion.
Now they're really working the 2-minute drill. No huddle, get up the line of scrimmage, play the line of scrimmage. This is great work for the offensive line and Andy Walton.
Raiders have 2 timeouts left. Here's the pressure, and they got him back at the 18. So it's going to be a 3rd and long. And now a timeout called with 1:29 left. 21-13. Raiders facing a 3rd and long, and we'll be back for this 3rd down play on the Raiders television network. Cedric Bauer, top of the screen. Walter able to elude. Over the middle, has his man. 1st down, and another good job in the pocket, complete to Randall Williams.
Well, you know, when you see him up close and you stand next to him, he's a big man. He's hard to bring down.
Williams gets up limping. No time to run off the field. 1:09. And actually, that's better that that ball was dropped. Because he would have been tackled and the clock would have run.
Absolutely. You know, it's there's still a lot of time to get in the end zone. It's shrinking as we speak, but 1:03 to go. And they need at least one big play down up the field to get in the end zone.
Now here's the previous play. You can see the poise and again the strength of Walter.
And I think it's in that order too. I mean, he's got great poise, but he's also got better mobility and excellent strength because he's so big.
And it is complete, but nothing doing right there. As making the catch was Joshua Norman. Short gain on the play. You got to start taking some chances downfield here, don't you, Plunk?
Well, you got to get the 1st down first, so yeah, at least 7 yards worth.
Yep, that's a good point. Incomplete. And they're now going to be looking at a 4th down.
And you got to go for a 4th, right?
Absolutely.
Go for it on fourth. You don't make it, they're going to take a knee. Game, set, match.
All right, coming on with the play now is LaShawn Ward. He'll give instructions. And coming out of the ball game is Will Holder. So here we go. Fourth down. Raiders do have a timeout left.
You know, I don't care if you're a rookie or you're, 15-year veteran. These are always tough situations that you're under. You've got to score a touchdown. You got to get a first down along the way. Tough situation to be in.
And hard to practice, which makes a great experience in the game.
All right, Walter, here we go. Fourth down. Pressure over the middle. Caught. First down. Nice catch there by LaShawn Ward. Got to get up to the line of scrimmage in a hurry. Down to 30 seconds. Football at the 46. And he stops it with 25 seconds left. Pluck, how difficult is the decision on a play like that, whether to run up to the line of scrimmage and spike it or use the timeout?
Well, for me, sometimes I don't like it. Here's the play by Walter right here. Nice slant play for LaShawn. They pick up the first down. But, sometimes I like to go call a play as I'm going to the line of scrimmage.
Gotcha.
So I don't have to wait, spike the ball or...
Well, they have him there, and now they'll have to use the timeout. With 16 seconds left now to 15.
Or to waste the timeout.
Right,
I'd rather yell the play as I'm walking towards the line of scrimmage, make sure everybody's got it. The snap counts the same on an audible like that, and not waste the precious seconds spiking the ball.
Of course, this also comes with experience.
Yeah, it does.
And doing it in games and in practice.
They get ready for this year's Hispanic Heritage Game. It's Sunday, October 2nd, as the Raiders host the Dallas Cowboys at McAfee Coliseum. Now, the game will honor Hispanic culture throughout the entire game day experience. The Raider Nation strong around the world, including Dusseldorf, Germany. How about Raider fans sporting the silver and black? They enjoyed the festivities surrounding NFL Europe's 13th annual World Bowl. Well, 17 seconds left.
Well, you know what the best thing about tonight is, and obviously there's been some mistakes made, but there's also been a lot of great plays. The season is officially underway.
That's right.
Training camp over, it's great, but you don't really feel like, hey, we're here until your first game is played. So, hey, if nothing else, when we leave here tonight, this baby has started.
And next Saturday, we'll be in Houston, 5 o'clock, right here on the Oakland Raiders television network, as the Raiders hit the road for the second consecutive week, then back home for home games against Arizona and New Orleans, also right here on the Raiders television network. And before you know it, Artie and Plunk, you guys will be in New England for that Thursday night opener. What a way to kick off the NFL season. The silver and black traveling to take on the world champion Patriots.
Well, I'm looking forward to the start of the season, the first home game against Kansas City. It's all good.
And what a schedule the Raiders have.
And no snow. You guys won't have to worry about snow. All right, here is Walter underneath.
Get a bounce.
Yep.
There you go. Going back to the Raiders' schedule a little bit. Well, you go to New England for the opener. You come back and play a division foe in Kansas City. Then you go back across the country again to Philadelphia, the other participant in the Super Bowl. And then you come back out here and play, I think, an improved Dallas team with Bill Parcells.
Yep.
5 trips to the East Coast this year,
That's
Grant.
Right.
The Raiders' schedule is the toughest schedule the Raiders have had, based on the teams and based on the travel,
probably
in
ever.
recent memory.
Yeah, no, there's no question about it.
Unbelievable.
I hope you have a comfortable seat on that chart.
Oh, I will.
All right, here we go. Fourth down. 16, 11 seconds left. Pressure on. Walter has to hoist it down the field.
He slipped. He slipped when he threw the ball.
And it's going to end.
He slipped.
And it's all over. 21 third quarter points. And the Raiders will get ready for the Houston Texans. Well, the final score here from Monster Park. San Francisco 21 and the Oakland Raiders 13. We're back to wrap it up here on the Raiders Television Network.